Good evening and welcome to BJC Mitzvah A number 236, part 4, using the Sefer Hachinuch. Mitzvah A keeps us on its way. And we're continuing the prohibition of relating gossip, Parshas Kedoshim. And I'm sure you're noticing something over here. This is a bandage because I noticed a red spot and from the sun. Now, Dr. Goldberg, who's an incredible dermatologist, he really recommends mamish limiting your time in the sun, like even with the sunscreen, just, because the sun is powerful, especially in Houston. So, Baruch Hashem, I did a little biopsy, and hopefully everything should be fine. Either way, it needs to be removed, so thank you if you're listening and you're noticing, All right, then I know you're watching. Anyway, here we go. The case of an informer. The Chinuch turns to discuss an extreme case of damaging speech where the speaker is in fact subject to earthly consequences, i.e. the case of a moser or informer. An informer is one who places individuals or entire communities at risk of mortal danger by informing on them to extortionists or powerful corrupt officials. It is irrelevant whether the extortionist or tyrant in question is a Jew or a non-Jew. Informing can involve saying something damaging either about a person, i.e. that he went against the command of these corrupt tyrants, or about his possessions, i.e. informing the extortionist of the whereabouts of the victim's property. In either case, the victim is placed at great mortal risk. As such, the sages deemed the moser a potentially mortal threat to the community, and in earlier times authorized his killing to prevent danger to society. Chinuch begins by noting that the case of the moser is related to this mitzvah, and is thus an example of when the violation of this prohibition may actually result in capital punishment. Because before we said there's not even lashes. Now, although this mitzvah prohibition of gossip mongering does not bear the penalty of lashes, for it entails no action, at times violating it may result even in capital liability, as is well known regarding the law of one who informs on his fellow to extortionists. The sages permitted us to carry out this law even outside the land of Israel for the betterment of the world. For it is better that one man die and he should not bring harm and loss to many people's lives or even to their possessions. The Chinuch now delves into the laws related to moser. He begins by discussing the moser's monetary obligation to the one to whom he caused the loss. I will write to you, my son, some of what appears in the Gemara regarding this matter of informing on one's fellow. And if you will merit to gain knowledge, you will see everything in its place and study it more thoroughly. Interesting. We haven't seen that introduction to a Chinuch. We read in chapter Hagoizel Bais Basra that there was a certain man who showed extortionists stores of wheat that were at the home of the ruler. He was the officially recognized civil authority of the Jewish people in Babylonia. The position was held by descendants of the royal house of David, which led to the seizure of the exarch's wheat. Rav Nachman obligated the informer to pay the exarch for the wheat, the reason being on account of the law of garme, causative damage. So there's more on this, but it's getting late. Thanks for listening to Sponsor Feature Mitzvah 36 100 for Gold. Have a wonderful evening.